Live. Wait
Take
for
off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Actually live on my alternate channel, waiting for an announcement. There it is. Watch live now. Love UAV.
Take off.
You take
The
off.
home point has been
How old is that joke? Anyway, this looked very promising, so I thought I'd go for it. And why is the camera set for camera rather than snapshot rather than video? There we go. That's more gooder. All right, so 200 feet. This looked very promising to me. So I have great expectations. We're at 362 feet. We're gonna hang right there for a bit. All right, let's do a quick once around. We have plenty of time. 6:35 sunset. That is 19 minutes from now. I hope I have plenty of battery. The temperature's pretty warm. I mean, it's probably in the 50s somewhere. So I don't expect rapid battery discharge. RBD. Yeah, let's call that RBD. Start a new trend here. I'm not recording. I should change that. Nobody's in the chats. Recording. There we go. Hopefully we survived that. Hopefully we survived that well. Let's see. Looks like we did. I'm not sure. Yeah, we did. Okay. So just taking a quick look around the skies here. With a little bit of ground involved. So we have this amazing cloud cover that today, this morning, provided an amazing, that's two amazings in one sentence, sunrise. So we're looking for a not amazing, an incredible sunset. There we go. So. All right. So today, I don't plan to move the camera around very much because I'd kind of like to time-lapse this. Let's move that over here. Yeah. I'd kind of like to time-lapse this. Excuse me. Oh, wrong way. And yeah, so if we get the opportunity to do so, I mean, if we get the video to do so, I haven't done that in a long, long time, and I'd like to. Loving the skies. That's why we do this, is it not? Feel like I should have a cup of coffee out here, but it's 6:18. Of course, that's never stopped me before, but I don't have coffee made. I've turned my machine off. Obstacle avoidance is disabled. Fly with caution. I think we can remove that warning. I pray that Mrs. Bum feels better soon. I pray that Rodney's recovery is going well. I get buffering from time to time on my phone. I hope it's just limited to my phone. I'm going to slide ever so gently to the left here because I would really like to time-lapse this. And I think the craft is kind of turning to the right, frankly. That's going to mess up my time lapse very likely, but I'm going to put it right next to my histogram so I can tell if it's actually drifting. I believe that it is. Oh yeah, it's absolutely drifting. That's disappointing. I'll check the compass on this later. Can I slow it down? Can I stop it? Okay. That has a pretty nice effect. It's not, it may be drifting the other way now. That would be my fault. This craft is definitely drifting to the left when left on its own. Definitely. Ooh, don't drift right, love lady. That's almost as bad. Oh no, I'm not doing it. It's doing it itself. Come on. Stay to the left of the histogram. Yeah, it's just doing it itself. I'm going to check that compass when I get it down. Maybe do an IMU calibration, although I've heard different schools of thought. I've heard people say we shouldn't calibrate the IMU unless the craft calls for it. I've heard people say you should do it now and then. But I'm getting some slightly unusual stuff going on, so first we'll try the compass calibration. If that doesn't solve it, then on the next go round we'll do an IMU calibration. We're hanging at 381 feet. Looks like we're not drifting left or right at the moment, which is very pleasing news. This is looking good. Not drifting at all now. Hey, Mr. Baum. Howdy, hey. Thanks for joining. I'm getting buffering from time to time on my phone. I hope it's just a phone thing. Hope it's a phone thing. That's buffering quite badly right now. Let me end this, come back in, hope it's not still buffering. Are you getting buffering? Let's see if it's limited to me. I hope so. Oh, good, good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, isn't that a great sky? I'm not going to move the camera. My phone's buffering again. I'm not going to move the camera at all because I want to time lapse this. I think it has great promise for that purpose. So I had an interesting situation here. The craft was drifting to its left, rotating, yawing to the left very, very slowly. And so I held the stick to kind of make it counterbalance that, if you will, and it started yawing to the right on its own. I let go of the sticks and it was yawing to the right. And I kind of counterbalanced that again, and now it's holding pretty steady. So, really weird. I don't know. Hope you're having a great day, Mr. Baum. I was just saying that I'm sending prayers out to Mrs. Baum. I hope she I know it's, you know, it's painful and so on, and I'm sorry for that. But I hope that tomorrow that the nerve doctor can help her out. I didn't realize, shame on me, as much time as I've spent with you, I didn't realize that she has pain along with all that other stuff going on. So I should have known this, but I guess she doesn't talk about it. That's to her credit, I guess. But anyway, my prayers go out to her. As soon as I said no buffer, it buffered. How about now? I look pretty good on my phone. Hopefully it's not buffering now. I hope so. I hope so. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Hey, Mr. Hope. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. It's amazing the color difference between this iPad and the iPhone. I don't know which... the iPad certainly looks significantly better than the iPhone. But, yeah, it is amazing. When I see it on the computer, I guess I'll know. Anyway, I saw this sky I saw how the clouds were laid out and so on, and getting close to sunset, I decided it was time that I did one of these. Haven't done one in a long time on this channel. Well, better than crossing my fingers, you have my prayers, Mr. Bum, and Mrs. Bum. So, Steve Carpenter, good afternoon, sir. 327 where you are. I was just explaining to the other guys in the chat that I don't intend to move the camera at all, because I want to make a time lapse of this. So hopefully I can create something, put some pretty music to it, and get it out on the channel. I don't post very often. You know, of course, they're the 2 weekly things, right? But that's not, I don't consider that posting. Anyway, so. Official sunset time is 6 minutes from now, I believe. Craft is sitting at 381 feet. Actually, it is drifting just a little bit to the right, but it's not fast enough for... My eyes didn't detect it, but I have a histogram sitting there, and it's closing in on that histogram now. I'm not going to adjust it. Unless it gets bad. Then I must. So this is just a quiet time. It looked pretty, so I thought I'd try. Purdy. It is purdy. It's really purdy. Nobody brought me any coffee. So I don't see anybody crying for me either. So something's wrong. Weak signal, adjust antenna and avoid signal block. That's a good idea. Why don't I move outside? Oh, don't press any buttons at all. I don't know what I did. Moving outside the garage. The craft is just 0.5 feet laterally away from me. 382 feet up. I shouldn't get that kind of warning, but whatever. Yeah, you had clouds there this morning too, Chris, but you still had a good stream. Mr. Bum everybody had a great stream, except I don't know about Mikey. I still didn't get notification that he had gone live. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really a good one, Steve. I'm happy I did this. So, how are things going for you? We haven't talked in a billion years, feels like. This is the Zoom. This is the Zoom, but I don't want to monkey with it. I'd love to zoom in, but I have another mission in mind, so I thought I'd take you guys along on the ride, that's all. And there's the file change. Yeah, the Pro is has a great camera, fantastic for night. It's great for like Philly Drone Life, Michael in the city of Philadelphia, or Drone Bum, you know, in the city of New York, where there's so much light and so many things to see. That's where that camera really shines. That's the dynamic range that Michael's always talking about. But out here, they're about equivalent, and so the Zoom wins because it has that zoom feature. You know, it's hard to beat. I'm handing the mug to you. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't see it. Thank you. I didn't see it there. I got it now. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Well, it looks like the sun has disappeared behind the clouds. And I have 27% battery, so we'll get to see some darkness, but not a great deal. Temperatures here, I don't know for sure, but it feels like maybe 55. So the battery should last pretty well. I'm gonna check my, probably shouldn't do this, it might start buffering, but I'm gonna check my battery settings here. Okay, it's all the way down to 10%. Low battery warning, 15%. All right, so, yep. I'm just gonna go till the battery makes me come back down. You're working today? That's no fair. AutoCAD markup drawing for your project. Cool, I didn't know you work, I don't even know what you do, Steve. I have no idea what you do. But AutoCAD, I use Fusion 360. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it comes from Autodesk, and that's what I do my 3D designs with for the printer. So a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm pretty comfortable with it now. Lars Christiansen, I think, has a YouTube channel, and he helped me through a lot of my learning curve. He's a really nice, he would fit in with us, he really would, but he's like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers if I remember correctly, and his interest is in, not even in 3D printing, it's in true AutoCAD. Probably what you do, Steve, I'm guessing. But I'm glad to hear you're doing well. It's fantastic. 17% battery. It's gonna end soon, folks. When it gets down to 15, it'll get noisy, of course. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll bring it down somewhat slowly because I hate to dismiss this guy. And then return you guys your afternoon in in Texas and California, and your evening in New York. So coming down slowly, really slowly. Sorry about the noise. Oh, come on, I don't want the land now button. After 4 seconds, it's gonna land whether I like it or not. But
Landing.
Yeah, I press that button there. Oh, but I can't. Okay, nothing I can do about it. It's coming down, folks. So, hello there, Mr. Drone. You have a great night too, Mr. Bum. Enjoy that pizza. Yeah, learning curve. But Lars Christensen, I believe. Christensen. It's been too long since I watched any of his stuff. I guess that's good news, right? But anyway.
Critically low battery.
Yeah, I know. Do you not see yourself landing? There we go. Okay, so hide, Dennis, hide. There it is. See you guys. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.